Hello, everyone, and welcome to Just Ask JT. And today we're going to be talking about the hidden job market. You heard me. Get ready. The hidden job market is here. It's bigger than ever in this current market, and we have got to understand how to tap into it. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you all today. So, you ready? Okay. So, the hidden job market, let's define it first. This is a market, this is jobs that are not publicly posted. So, you're not going to find them on job boards. Sometimes you're not even going to find them on the company's corporate website. They are truly hidden. And so you might ask yourself, why the heck would a company hide jobs? If they're looking to hire people, why wouldn't they sing it from the rooftops? Well, in a market like this one, where there are so many people looking for work, they get too many applications. And on top of that, a lot of the applications they get are no good. And it's gotten worse because of AI. Let me give you an example. I was at LinkedIn's largest conference in October, over 1,800 talent professionals from around the globe. These are executives that run big recruiting operations. And they were universally complaining about all the fake resumes they're getting now. People are generating resumes using AI to try to match themselves to jobs to get through companies' ATS systems, but the resumes are lies. And so now they're getting so many people that look like an exact match only to get on the phone with them and find out they're not. So this has become a real pain for companies. They're like, we don't want to do this anymore. We don't want to post our jobs, get 1,000 applicants in one day. Majority of them are no good. That's wasting the time of our recruiters, and we don't have time for that. So what companies do is pivot to hidden jobs. And here's how it works. If a hiring manager has a job, they will let the department know. They will let the people that would be the future coworkers of that position know. And they say, look, if somebody comes along and messages you and they seem like they're a good fit for this job, refer them, and send them my way. Also, recruiters will then actively go out and do hyper targeted searches on LinkedIn for candidates that fit the criteria of this hidden job. And then they will contact them. They will message them by email and say, hey, we have this opportunity. It looks like you're a fit. Can you take a look? And would you be interested in having a conversation? Okay. So there's two ways that hidden job market operates. Let's go back through that again. One is you would have to connect with people in the department who are aware of the job. And the way that you connected with them would make them go, oh, yeah, my boss was looking for somebody like you. Let me forward you to my boss. Let me forward you to the hiring manager. That's way number one. Way number two is that you utilize LinkedIn in such a way that algorithmically you make it easier for the recruiters to find you. So when they're doing their hyper-targeted search, you show up at the top of their search results. So these are the two ways that you, my friend, can be tapping into the hidden job market that is out there right now. And it is out there. I am talking to companies every single day who have job openings, but they are not planning to post them because they don't want to deal. So let's talk about the two ways and what you can do to better position yourself. Sound good? All right. The first thing we talked about is using a technique called back channeling. Everybody at Work It Daily at my company creates a bucket list. This is a list of organizations that hire for your skill sets that you would love to work for. And the reason for that is that when you are back channeling, it's not networking, back channeling, you have to be able to talk about your connection story. So the connection story is what excites you about that work and that organization. It shows that you've done your homework. It shows that you've personally invested some time and energy in figuring out why you feel connected to this company, why you feel you're a match for them. And that's what they want to see. They want to see a little hustle. Remember what I said? They're just getting 1,000 candidates that are not even qualified, just easy applying and stuffing and breaking their ATS system. That's annoying. What's not annoying, something they appreciate is the person that takes the time to say, hey, I'm a big fan of your company. Let me tell you what I think you guys are doing. That's really awesome. Here's how I know, because this is my background and this is the kind of work I'd love to do. I'd love to do that kind of work for you. This shows initiative, hustle, right? Intelligence. And it shows that you're willing to put skin in the game, meaning you're willing to invest some of your time and energy to make yourself aware to that hiring manager. Those are all points. The great thing about back channeling when done correctly and done strategically, not a lot of people are doing it. You might sit here and say, well, JT, you're telling everyone how to do this right now. Do you know how many people are lazy and aren't going to do that? A whole bunch of you right now, I'm just going to call you out right now, heard me describe this and you're like, yeah, I'll just keep applying online. You can, but a study by one company shows that there's a 0.3% chance you're going to get a call right now. Not 3%, 0.3. That's how bad it's gotten. That's why companies aren't doing it anymore. So the crummy jobs, they're on the job boards right now. The scam jobs, they're on the job boards right now. So you can keep doing that. But if you want to tap the hidden job market, yes, you're going to have to do things differently. But you can be selective about who you want to reach out to and who you want to back channel to in order to share that story. And that's what makes you stand out, because not everybody's doing it, which is why they're asking for it. Every single day, I have clients that we've taught the back channeling bucket list strategy with. And they are shocked when they find out about a job that they didn't even know existed at a company, because they had a quick back channeling conversation with somebody who worked in the department, not HR, not recruiting, somebody who worked in the department. And that person was like, hey, we're actually looking for somebody. Hold on, let me pass you to the hiring manager. Right? And so once you get there, then there's a whole strategy for really standing out to the hiring manager. That's a podcast for another day. What I'm talking about today is just how to find and connect with the hidden job market, and back channeling, targeted back channeling is one of the most effective ways to do it. It far outweighs what you're doing right now applying online, okay, to the non-hidden job market, which is essentially the bogus job market. Now, the second way, and I think this is the way that everybody dreams of. I mean, put a hand up, give me a like, give me a share. If you dream of recruiters knocking on your door and saying, hey, I think we have a job that you're a fit for. Everybody wants to make recruiters come to them. Do they not? Okay. So this I love to teach, because when people learn that this is not that hard to do, it's like, their minds are blown. I want you to think about this. Years and years and years and years ago, we used to have phone books, right? These big phone books. And there were two parts of the phone book. There were the white pages, which were all the residences, like if you were trying to find the phone number of your friend. And then there were the yellow pages, which were for all the businesses. Okay. Now, the business section was all organized by type of work you did. Okay. If you wanted to stand out and you wanted better chance of somebody contacting your company, you would invest in advertising in the yellow pages, because just looking at all of the company names didn't say anything. It just listed you. They had to already know they wanted you if they were looking you up in the yellow pages. But a lot of times people were going to the yellow pages to try to figure out who to call. And so companies would start to advertise in the yellow pages in order to get the attention of somebody, and so that they would call them. Does that make sense to everybody? That is advertising. Advertising does what? It builds awareness. Somebody is looking for something, but they're not sure what they're looking for. And all of a sudden an advertisement comes along, they get their attention. LinkedIn is your way to do that for recruiters. You have something called a LinkedIn feed. We all have LinkedIn profiles. I mean, at the very least, you should have a keyword optimized LinkedIn profile. So top to bottom keywords, so that when a recruiter is searching for your skill sets, you won't even come up in their search results if you don't have those skill sets in very particular places on your profile. Okay, so if you don't know how to do that, that's step one right now. You need a keyword optimized profile. But lately, in the last 2 years, LinkedIn has been evolving their algorithm, their search algorithm, in terms of how recruiters find you. And let me explain why. They now have 1.1 billion users on the platform. So that's 1.1 billion profiles to search through. And a lot of those profiles are bogus, outdated. People aren't really using them. So what happened was, the old algorithm, when recruiters would search, it would bring up results, and these recruiters would start proactively contacting these people, and they would either be bogus or not active on LinkedIn. So recruiters came back to LinkedIn and said, look, you got to give us the people that are really active on LinkedIn. You've got to give us the people that are real, that are human, that have the skill sets we're looking for. Fix this algorithm. So what LinkedIn did is said, okay, we need to become a true social media platform, which means we're not solely going to use the algorithm and search on the profile anymore. We're going to search on the feed. So all of you have a LinkedIn feed. All of you have a place where you can post content. just like any other social media platform. The people that are posting content that is frequent, so once a day minimum, up to 3 times a day maximum, but once a day minimum, and relevant, meaning it's related to your industry or your skill set, are feeding the algorithm and telling LinkedIn, hey, I am current and I am active, rank me higher in recruiter searches. If you have not been posting content on LinkedIn, you are invisible. Recruiters aren't going to find you. The only recruiters that are going to find you are scammers. So if you're saying, gee, I don't have any recruiters, like recruiters used to contact me for jobs, now they don't anymore, it's because the algorithm changed and you are not utilizing the LinkedIn feed correctly. So now that you understand that, okay, I'm going to give you a little bonus tip. This is like the little secret sauce. And this is what we teach our members inside Work It Daily to do to hyperspeed a recruiter finding you. Once you have got a content strategy, which is not hard, you know, we have an entire class inside Work It Daily. You can literally listen to the class in an afternoon and understand, like under an hour, understand exactly what type of content you should be putting in your LinkedIn feed so that you can build out a little strategy and just start to put stuff in there to be found. Okay. Because that's step one. Step two, you take that bucket list I was talking about, you know, those companies you'd like to work for, you follow them on LinkedIn, and then you strategically comment on their content because they're all posting content about their business. Now, you don't gratuitously comment. You don't go, love that. This is awesome. You guys are great. No, you look at what they're posting, and when it makes sense, you comment with your own thoughts and ideas based on your skills and abilities. What happens is, one, people see it. But two, when recruiters go to search for you, the algorithm says, hey, look at this person. They're active on the platform. They're posting content about the skills that you're searching on. They follow your company and they comment on your company's profile content. They're a really good match for you. They're interested in you. Let's put them in the top of your search results. Folks, this is how every social media algorithm works. LinkedIn's no different. I'm going to give you a beautiful example of how a client of mine ended up in his dream job, hidden job, never posted online. Okay. And it just happened 2 months ago. It's one of my favorite stories of 2024. So Eugene came to me, totally understood what I was saying about this process, started posting every single day on LinkedIn. He's a project manager, but a special type of project manager, special like area within a business. And he put together this bucket list of 20 companies he would love to work for. And I'm talking some big companies, some well-known companies. He followed the companies, and then he started posting content daily and commenting on their content, just like I asked. Probably took him 15, 30 minutes a day. That's it. Okay. Day 17. Day 17, he gets an email in LinkedIn from a recruiter, from a bucket list company saying, hey, we actually need somebody with your skill set. Can we set up a call? He now works there. See how it works? Let me give you another example. It happened just 2 weeks ago. Member of Work It Daily, he posted it all over our community board. In July, he joined us and came and learned this process. And I've been working with him on his content strategy. And he's been posting this content because he also wants a very specific type of job. He wants to really like go up a level. And so his content had to really showcase that he knew how to do the job at that level. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, out of the blue, after he'd been doing content, now July, August, September, October, it's like 4 months of doing content, he gets an email from a CEO that he talked to a year ago. Now, the CEO, he had talked to that 5 times, and then all of a sudden the CEO kind of ghosted him. They were talking about a job and a project, and the CEO ghosted him. And he was like, out of the blue, the CEO has messaged me, wants to talk to me. What do you think, JT? I'm like, I said, you take the meeting. You take the meeting. CEO gets on the phone with him and says, I have been following you nonstop. The content you've been talking about lately really speaks to the problem. I have a project. Would you like it? Not an interview, right? Here's the project. Would you like it? Content in your feed following the companies you want to follow. This strategy is how you get them to find you. And this is going to be the future of hiring, folks, because companies no longer want to get 1,000 applicants. They don't want to sit and go through 1,000 resumes, the most of which are lies. So the hidden job market is here to stay. I Eventually, we won't call it the hidden job market. It just will be the job market. And the way you find jobs is you will go shopping for your next employer. This is what I've just described to all of you. Shopping for your next employer. You figuring out the kinds of companies you're attracted to. You figuring out who you should be visible to. And then using these strategies to get visible. So all of a sudden, out of the blue, their recruiters are contacting you. I'm going to stop there and say, does that make sense to everyone? The hidden job market is real. There's 2 ways to go after it. The second way is my favorite. And I love coaching people to it because there is nothing sweeter in the world than to have a recruiter message you and say, I think we have a job for you. And it's an awesome job. And I've been teaching this strategy for years now. Like I knew this is the one moment where I'm going to flex. I'm going to sound like so crazy. I'm going to flex, but I've been doing video forever. If you follow me, you know, I only do video. And I've been doing video forever and teaching people in my platform for several years now and telling people video is going to be the future, right? Content was going to be the future. The way you're going to get hired is going to be content. I have been preaching that for years. If you follow me, you know I've been saying that. And now, guess what? I called it. LinkedIn changes its algorithm. And if you haven't seen it already, they've also added a video tab. And pretty soon, one of the ways that you'll be finding companies and discovering companies you want to work for is watching videos. So this is all happening. I feel like the one time in my life I've like really nailed the prediction is this, but it's exciting to me because I know it works and it's so much more rewarding. You can't tell me you've got to be sick of applying online and being rejected. It is the most defeatist, awful, demoralizing, embarrassing, yucky thing. I mean, it's literally what makes job search ick. You know, that's the term these days, right? It's painful. It's ick. We want to take the ick out of job search. We got to change how it works. We got to go from job searching to job shopping so that we can tap in to that market and have people contacting us. Awesome. All right. I hope that helped. Did that make sense to everybody? Okay. If it did, I have a way for you to help me back and it's 100% free. So before we go and I take any questions, I'm asking if you found this helpful today, there's one thing I would like you to do for me and it is 100% free. Okay. I launched a free resource center where you get notified about this podcast. It's free, no credit card required. All you do is opt in so that you will get notifications when my podcast is going live 3 times a week. You'll be able to watch the recordings. And you also get access to my 4 most popular webinars worth over $1,000. It's called my free resource center. And it's my gift to you, but it's my way of getting all of you, especially my TikTokers. You know, we're going to lose TikTok pretty soon here. I want you to be able to have access to me and my Just Ask JT podcast. So the free resource center is the easiest way for you to do that. Again, no credit card. All you got to do is go pop your email address in. You have access to the platform. We'll all be together in 2025. And I will be able to get the podcast to you so that I can keep giving you this advice for free. So will you sign up for the free resource center so I can keep chatting with you all? I can keep doing the Just Ask JT because here's the most exciting thing. In 2025, you're going to be able to come into the free resource center and send me a question. We're called Just Ask JT. You're going to be able to send me a question privately. I will be able to answer the question on the show and we can keep you anonymous. This show is going to get spicy. You're going to give me your career problems and I'm going to solve them for you on Just Ask JT in 2025. So even more reason to go and download and get into the free resource center, okay? It's linked in my bio. It's down here. Again, you'll see no credit card. You just pop your email address in. We're good to go. And you will get email notifications when I'm going live and where to watch the recordings and hear the recordings. Sound good? All right, that would be so great. You helping me back by me having a safe place, a spam-free, safe, ad-free place for us to hang out and let me get this important advice to you. That is all I want in 2020 for Christmas in 2024. Okay, let's get into some questions. Does that sound good? I love it. I love it. I've got time for a few questions here today. Let's see. Riddle me this. Will the hidden job market support or further challenge working mothers? I love that question. The hidden job market is an absolute great thing for working mothers. Moms know what kind of job they want, what kind of job they don't want. They know what kind of companies they want to work for. They are so clear in what jobs work for them. You should be pursuing those companies hot and heavy and focusing your efforts and not wasting your time and energy on companies that are a waste, that are of no value to you. That is, again, why this method is going to work so well for you. If you are a working mom and you know exactly what you need in a great job, you need to be branding the heck out of yourself so they can find you, plain and simple, or they won't find you, right? And you can brand yourself and make aware of your value so you can get what you want in return. I want to give this to you guys another way. Let me share a little story. Let's imagine in your little town where you live, a company opens up a shop, right? Like wherever your little downtown is, they open up a shop, okay? And you see an open sign, but they've got no sign about their name, nothing about what they do, okay? So you're like, I don't even know what they do, right? No advertising. You don't hear anything about them. You ask a few people in town. Nobody knows what they do. Nobody's gone in, okay? And 3 months later, they close up shop. Do you feel sorry for them? No, because your first thought is they didn't tell anybody who they are. This goes back to my Yellow Pages example. Folks, nobody knows who you are. Nobody. Only the people that you work with know who you are. That's why they tell you all the time your network is your net worth, right? But what if you don't have a network? What if you don't know people? Nobody knows who you are. So how is a recruiter going to find you? Branding, content, algorithm. If you don't have a network, you 110% need to be on LinkedIn right now, sharing content and getting yourself into that algorithm. Think about all the people on platforms like TikTok who went from having 0 followers to thousands. They put out content, people found them, it went viral. That is the potential for you on LinkedIn for your career right now. That's the truth. The people that are putting content out on LinkedIn are the ones getting found and hired. Don't need a network. You're building one for yourself through the content. That's the secret. So if you don't have a network, you need to be learning how to use LinkedIn right now. Big time, big time, big time. Yeah, I love it. Have to follow company via their LinkedIn recruiter accounts if you don't like what you want. Yeah, Keith is making a comment. Recruiters actively select the options, follow the company via LinkedIn. So in LinkedIn, when recruiters are searching, one of the options can be show me people that follow my company. Say that again, right? Listen to Keith. He's talking about it on LinkedIn right now. If you are a recruiter and you're searching, you better believe you want to look for people who follow your company. So that's why you need to follow companies you want to work for. I mean, I don't know how many other ways to say it, right? If you want to tap into the hidden job market, or if you want the hidden job market tapping on your door, how do they know about you? You're invisible if you are not posting. You are invisible if you're not following those companies. That's why I'm teaching this to you right now. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I want to just note something really quick because Rodney's saying, what kind of post should I create? Let me be really clear. Reposting somebody other's stuff, like somebody posted something and you resharing it, that's not posting. Commenting on other people's stuff, great job, happy birthday, congratulations, that's not working. That is not content. Content is thoughts and ideas related to your skills and your industry that will help the algorithm determine that you know what you're talking about. So you might find a video or an article that speaks to something in your industry, but you still need to write something about that using language that helps them understand that you know what you're talking about. There is a very specific way you should be sharing content on LinkedIn. If you don't know how to do that, you need to learn. Okay, so plain and simple, you've got to learn, because I've seen people say, oh, I post every day, and then I do LinkedIn profile reviews in my platform. And so I'll go through their LinkedIn top to bottom and I'll be like, no, you don't. All you're doing is saying happy birthday, congratulations, and just reposting something with no context. Nobody even knows why you're reposting it. The algorithm isn't paying attention to you. You've got to give the algorithm something to sink its teeth into. It's not crazy or complex, but there is a structure to it, right? You're not going to be able to get away with it with the minimum amount of effort, folks. I'm sorry. You are going to have to put a little effort into this, but it's to your benefit. Let me tell you why. The people that I teach my strategies for content, I teach them how to build something called a content matrix so that they build constraint. They know exactly what they're going to post for the next 20 days. It's super easy. And then I teach them how to frame each one and say it so that it doesn't take them a long time to do. But what happens is, and all of them have said this to me, is that when they use my content matrix and they post consistently using this framework, they are so much more articulate that when they get job interviews, they're way more confident because this content they've been posting has prepared them for interviews and conversations. So it's very powerful. It's like a 2 for the price of 1. Not only are you doing the right thing to attract the attention of recruiters and get them to call you, but you're also preparing yourself for that first interview to wow them. That's why you do this content matrix and this strategy. Yeah. Yeah. Keith says back channeling is how I was able to transition from teaching to working at Google. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Back channeling is not networking. They are two very different things. And I appreciate you saying that, Keith, because a lot of people think I can't change jobs. I can't change careers. I don't have a network. I don't know anybody. Folks, here's the truth. Even though your network is how 85% of jobs are gotten, okay, you can build a network using content. If you don't have a network, meaning there aren't people you can call up at all the companies you want to work for, content is your method for building your network, for getting people to come to you. So I cannot stress it enough. LinkedIn has given us a gift with this LinkedIn feed algo change. I'm not kidding you. A total gift. It's just the majority of people don't know how to use it. And that's what's going on. Now, by the way, little hint. I mentioned to all of you that you would help me so much if you would join my free resource center, no credit card required, so that I can remind you when my Just Ask JT podcasts are live, right? Because I don't want to lose you all. So again, link in bio up here, free resource center. Let me give you a little bonus. Inside the free resource center is my job search bootcamp. And inside my job search bootcamp, I walk you through the LinkedIn stuff. Yeah. So what I've just been talking about now, there's a reason why the stuff inside the free resource center is worth over $1,000. I am giving it away because I physically can't work with all of you. My team and I cannot work with millions of people. And yet we want to help you. So we were like, what can we do to help a whole bunch of people get the right information? Because there's so much bad information out there right now. There's so many people that are calling themselves career coaches and experts. It makes me sick to my stomach. And they're giving really horrible advice. So I was like, okay, we need to protect these people. Let's build a free resource center. Let's start doing the Just Ask JT podcast and let's get people the right answers, right? Inside there is my Job Search Bootcamp webinar, which talks about LinkedIn. So if you want to learn about that for free, it's there and you'll get access to it when you join. Okay. I love it. Yeah. And Keith, I love your comment. And I think I'm hearing that from the rest of you. The reason why this whole content strategy on LinkedIn works so well is because it is a way for you to not only be authentic, but it is a way for you to authenticate yourself. And that is going to be the biggest word you're going to hear about in 2025, authentication. Let me tell you why. So many companies don't believe candidates are real anymore. They don't even want to interview you until they know you're real. And so the only way they know you're real is if they can consume enough content from you to know there's no way that this is a bot or they're making it up. So when you start creating content in the right framework, they know you're human, they know you're real. And that's why it's going to increase the chances that a recruiter is going to contact you because you are authenticating yourself in a time where there's a lot of fakes out there. So the other reason you want to be doing this is to validate and provide proof that you are human and that you are who you say you are. And that's going to be such a big deal in 2025. Remember what I said at the beginning of this session. Companies have stopped posting jobs. The good companies have stopped posting jobs because of the bogus resumes they've been getting from people generating bogus resumes through AI and scamming. They need proof, authentication. You are who you say you are. Recruiters are using the LinkedIn algorithm to find you and looking at your feed to prove you are who you say you are. That's why you got to do it. And that's why the content needs to be original, right? In your voice. That is the future. All right. I love you all. I got to go. A half hour goes so fast with all of you. Listen, I really want to see you in 2025. This is my last podcast for the year. I'm going to take a much needed break. I'll be back. If you want to know and you want reminders about all my live podcasts, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, 1 p.m. Eastern, and you want access to that in the recordings, Free Resource Center, linked here, down here. One click, you're in. No credit card. Boom. And I will send you the reminders when I'm going live. And you will have access to all of my free resources as well. And we'll all be together. And that's where you're going to be able to ask questions that I will be answering on the show. So that's all coming in 2025. So much goodness inside my free resource center, JT's free resource center. Ad free, spam free, negativity free, right? That is my gift. I cannot wait to hang out with you all there inside of it. All right. Awesome. Okay. Happy holidays, everybody. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.